Hi and a huge welcome to Steve's Kitchen. If you are a Nutella fan, I'm going to show you how to take this fantastic spread and turn it into a pouring sauce that you can pour over the top of ice cream or smoothies, as I'm going to be doing in the next day or so. So stay tuned to the channel. Let me show you how to make this Nutella pouring sauce. So here I've got 1 cup of white sugar in a fairly heavy base saucepan, and I'm just going to add water. Now I'm not measuring this, I'm actually just adding it in until we get what looks like a sort of wet sand consistency. And it's important just to make sure there is no sugar up on the sides of the pan before we start heating this. So you can just take a paintbrush and paint around the edge and just let the water drip down and run the sugar into the water, or you can actually just take your fingers and just rub water around the edge and just feel for any sugar granules. Now turn your gas on a nice high heat. So we don't have to stir this at all, we're just going to let the water evaporate out of the sugar and then it's going to boil to a beautiful caramel without stirring. So when our sugar is up to a boil like this, we want to keep it on a reasonably high heat and we'll just continue to boil this until we get a caramel colour we want. Now the longer you go, the darker the caramel will go, but I'm going to go for a sort of mid-honey coloured caramel here. Now be patient, it will take a few minutes, but you can start to see now my caramel is starting to go a little bit of a honey brown. Now that pretty much has come to the colour I want. It's like a honey, I'm going to turn the heat off now, it's like a sort of honey colour. I'm going to take this now over to my workbench. So I pop my saucepan down on a folded towel here, and I'm going to add half a cup of thick cream. Now there is going to be a real reaction in there, but don't worry, have a whisk to hand. We just pour the cream in there, and using our whisk, you expect this to steam like this because we're getting a caramel sauce now. And just continue to use the whisk until we've got this lovely rich caramel sauce. And don't worry if it gets sticky and it sticks to your whisk, eventually that will all dissolve into the caramel. Now, Nutella. I had 1 cup of sugar, so I'm going to add half a cup of Nutella. I'm just going to pour that into our caramel sauce. I use the whisk to drag it in there. So we've got our Nutella now, and we need to just allow that to absorb into our caramel sauce. And there we have it, that beautiful caramel sauce with our Nutella in there. I'm going to let that cool down, and then I'm going to decant it into a little sauce bottle. So while that's still warm, I'm just going to pour it from the saucepan into a wide-mouth sauce bottle. And there's my Nutella pouring cream. Now that's lovely and warm, and the reason I put this into a glass jar is because occasionally it gets a little bit thick. If you keep this in the fridge, it's a great way to store it, but it gets a bit thick, and you can just take the metal top off, pop that into a microwave, 10, 15, 20 seconds, and it'll make it beautiful and soft, ready to pour. So you can see that's a beautiful thick pouring sauce. There's my Nutella pouring sauce. Give this a try. That is going to be great poured over pancakes, over ice cream. Or as I'm going to be using it in a recipe this week to make a Nutella smoothie. Guys, thanks for joining me. Nutella pouring sauce, thumbs up all the way. Be good, comments down below. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. And don't forget, there are many other sauces on my channel, so you can get across there. There's strawberry sauces and there's a beautiful lemon curd. Actually, I'll put the lemon curd link here. Subscription button above. As always, be good and I'll see you shortly. Take care. Silly putty. Now silly putty, it snaps when you pull it apart. You can roll it up into a ball and you can bounce it to a degree. So let's get on, make slime and silly putty.